I've got the Astrolux VC04S charger, not to be confused with the VC04. It's a new one. And I got to tell you, this charger is giving me deja vu. Spooky, spooky, spooky. Welcome back to Shul Lights. The reason this charger is giving me deja vu is because just about a week ago, I reviewed the EBL 4-bay charger, and I thought it was an excellent charger for the price. And you know what? This is the same charger, just branded as Astrolux. Now, I don't know whether EBL makes the charger themselves or whether some third party's making the charger for everybody, but first off, take a look at the box here. You can see that there's no Astrolux branding on any of the sides here. See, it just has kind of generic information here. Even on the back here, it just says made in China, but there's no Astrolux branding. And if we open it up, pull it out here. And one thing I did notice was that it comes with a nice pouch that the EBL brand one didn't have this nice of a pouch. Now, if I open this up, you get a charger, you get a cable, and a little manual. And the little manual here, look at this. It's completely unbranded. So the EBL one looked just like this. It's a little small pamphlet with the same amount of pages and everything. It was identical, but up here it said EBL. Now, I don't know if EBL added their moniker or if, Astrolux removed it. I don't know what the situation is here, but I know it's the same charger. So I guess what I'm trying to say is all the things I said about the EBL charger pertains to this. It's the same charger. It just says Astrolux on it. Now, if you hate EBL, you think they're a bad company, and you want Astrolux on here, well then, get this one. They're the same charger. They're both under $20. They both have the same feature set. And that's why in this video, I'm not actually going to be going into depth about every single little mode. If you want to see that, click on the link right here, right now, to see the EBL review I did 1 week ago that shows all those in and outs, and I get my little testers out and I put it on the cord and you see all that stuff. But what I'm going to do is do just kind of a summary rehash and just let you know that for under $20, this is definitely my go-to pick. So I have a lot of chargers in my house. I've got some $100 SkyRC MC3000s, and I love those and recommend them so much. I've got, in about the $50 range, I like the Mi Boxer C4-12. I think that's an excellent charger. It got a great feature set, and it charges at 2 amps and all 4 bays simultaneously. But for the sub $20 range, a lot of people say
the XTAR VC4 Plus.
I have a couple of those, and I think they're fine. I don't like their kind of analog-looking displays. I find them very confusing and hard to read. So I actually prefer the display on this Astrolux /EBL, whatever you want to call it. This charger, I actually prefer it. So it comes with this USB-C to USB-A cable. It does not come with a little charging brick, but plug it into any USB-A brick. I got one off screen I'm plugging into, and it comes alive. And then grab a battery. Here I've got a nickel metal hydride, and notice that when I throw it in there, it automatically senses that, oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. This is not a nickel metal hydride. This one is. This is lithium ion 14500, and you can see that it knows that, and it set it to lithium ion. And that's one of the great things about this charger is that it's dead simple. Just throw batteries in, and it does the rest. So we got 3 batteries here, and you can see that I am set to slot 3 here. Let me get rid of that glare. Let's do this. I'm set to slot 3, and so you can see that there's a slot button. If I press this, it goes slot 1 and says that we're charging it lithium ion at 0.5 amp. It says all the stats about it, what voltage, how much milliamps is put in, what percentage of battery. If I click again, you can see that it says nickel metal hydride, and it's charging accordingly. So of all the chargers I have in my house, this one, well, the EBL branded one, but now maybe this one, maybe I'll switch them out. This one is the one that I have at my bedside table in my bedroom. All the rest are in my workshop. And the reason for that is my wife often wants to charge batteries. And this one, it has the feature set I need, and it's dead simple. Just throw a battery in there and it works. I also want to point out that size-wise, this is a 21700. Notice that there's a little room to spare here. If I come down like this, you can see there's a little extra room up here. So it definitely fits up to 21700 button top. Now, some 21700s that are also protected will fit in here. I've tested that. But some really long 21700s with button and protected sometimes don't fit in this charger. Wasn't an issue for me at all because those would have a charge port on the side. So it's not like, I'm stuck not being able to charge them. But any battery that requires an external charger, and those would be unprotected cells, will fit in this charger. So that's what it fits. It does multi-chemistry, as you saw, which means nickel metal hydride, NiCad, lithium ion, and this is a really important thing, lithium iron phosphate. You'll do those as well. Those are kind of rare, but they're really neat because they can sit at 100% storage charge for years and not degrade. Now, when you do have a battery in here, I also want to point out that by default, it just starts charging, and you see it says constant current right there. But if I press and hold this mode button, it will select the amperage, and I can select what amperage I want to charge at. I can charge as little as 0.25 amps, and if I have it in slot 4, I can charge as much as 2 amps. So watch, press hold, and see it starts at 0.5, but if I click it, it goes up to 1, click it again, it goes to 2. So this one will do 2 amps, this one will do 1 amp, these two will do half an amp, with an exclusion of 2 amps total. So if I put a battery here and a battery here, I'm going to get 1 amp in both. If I put all 4 batteries, I'm going to get half an amp max in all 4 because that totals 2 amps. Now, I like to review things the way that they come to the customer. So I'm using the supplied cable to a USB-A port. Some viewers in the last EBL video stated that if you used a USB-C to USB-C and power delivery, you could actually exceed that and get up to 2 amps in each bay. I have not verified because that requires extra stuff that doesn't come with the product. Lastly, I want to wrap up by saying that in addition to charging, you can also discharge your cells, and you can do a capacity test. Those are features that are not usually found on a low-cost charger like this. Now, it doesn't have a storage charge mode, which would then drop the voltage to about 3.7 to 3.8 volts and stay there, but it does have a discharge, and you can just monitor it and pull the cell when it gets in that range. Also, as a low-cost charger, it doesn't have any sensors for temperature or over temperature. That would be like if you accidentally put in a not rechargeable battery and was charging it, it would get hot and then do a cutoff. But honestly, I don't see those features until you get to the $50 range and up.
The XTAR VC04 Plus
don't have that. The Mi Boxer C412 does have it, and of course the SkyRC MC3000 has it. But I would just say, be careful not to put alkalines in this charger. It doesn't have protection for that. So if you watched the other review with the EBL version, which goes more in depth and shows you how to do all the modes and everything, you know I love this charger. I still love it. Love it even more with the Astrolux name. I don't know. Yes, Astrolux sounds very, very flashlighty. I like that. And where can you get it? You can get it on Banggood. Banggood, and I'll put links in the description, is where you can get all the Astrolux products. And with that, I'll say, see you in the next video.